All right, guys, we're at my local Walmart, and today we're going to be building a $100 Walmart survival kit. All right, guys, now there's no doubt that our first stop on our Walmart trip is going to be the outdoor section. We're going to be able to pick up 90% of the items we need for our survival kit in the camping section. So since we are on a budget, we're going to be thinking about what our highest priorities are and make sure we get items that cover those in our kit. So I'm talking about things like food, water, fire, first aid, shelter, things like that that are going to be essential to our survival. We're going to make sure we get those things in our kit first, and then depending on how much we have left in our budget, we'll move on to some more comfort items and sanitation and light and things like that. Now, what's great about Walmart is they have such a big variety of products that you can really spend as little or as much as you want. And you'll notice that in a lot of the things that we're looking at on these aisles, that there are several different products that can accomplish the same thing at different price points. So to stay in our $100 budget, we're going to be getting the best products we can while still staying inside of our budget. All right, guys, this is everything we picked up on our Walmart trip. We spent right at $99.80. We wanted to get as much gear as we could in here without going over that $100. Now we're going to get in here and show you everything that we got, but one great thing about Walmart is that they have so much variety that you could really swap some of these out for other items and add or take away or even upgrade some of these things. Now, as we're going along through these, I will be giving you guys some alternatives to some of these items that you could swap out and still stay under that $100 price point. I will also link to all these things in the description below if you want to get them for yourself. Now let's dive right in. All right, the first thing we're going to talk about here, guys, is the bag itself. This is the day pack from Outdoor Products. It's actually a pretty good quality backpack, and it only ran us around $9.95. It does have one large compartment in the back with some extra storage in there, and then another compartment in the front. And you see it does have some organizational pockets down in there as well. And then another zipper pouch on the front for some quick access items, as well as a spot for a water bottle on both sides. I think this is going to make a great base for our survival kit, and at just under 10 bucks, you can't beat it. Now, moving right along, going by what I think is some of the highest priority items on our list, there's no doubt that when you're talking about survival, water is going to be one of your biggest priorities. So we have the Sawyer Mini water filtration system. This is one of the best water filter systems you can get on the market right now. It's going to filter out 100,000 gallons. So no matter what type of water source you come across, this thing is going to filter it for you. Now this is going to be the most expensive thing on our list at $19.97, but it's also going to be one of the most important items on the list. Now, if you wanted to go with something cheaper, you could go with something like these potable aqua tablets, but it's going to take longer to treat the water with this, and it's only going to treat up to 25 quarts. So it's not going to treat as much water, but this is one place where you could save a little money if you wanted to add more items or upgrade something else in the kit. Next thing we're going to talk about is food. What we went with is these Mountain House Adventure Meals. These are freeze-dried meals. They're going to be good up to 30 years. I really like going with this type of food item for a survival bag or a bug-out bag because you don't really have to worry about this going bad. So these Mountain House meals are perfect for a kit like this. They are a little expensive at $8.95 per pack, but there are 2 servings in each pack, and if you're rationing in an emergency situation, this could easily last you a few days. Along those same lines, you're going to need something to boil water and cook food in. And this mess kit from Ozark Trail was too cheap to pass up. I have used this kit in the past. It comes with a hanging pot and lid, a frying pan, a metal plate, and a plastic cup. And at just over $5, you cannot beat this kit right here. To go along with our food and cooking kit, we have just this flatware set. It comes with a plastic spoon, fork, and knife, and that's going to run you just 88 cents. So you definitely should throw that in your kit. One of our next biggest priorities is fire, and these items are usually pretty affordable. So we have a few different options here. We have some waterproof and stormproof matches. Those are going to run you about $2.97. And then just a regular old Bic lighter. There's no easier way to start a fire than just with a Bic lighter. Now you also need some way to process wood. So we decided to go with this sawtooth machete from Ozark Trail. I like this because it has a nice big blade for chopping down limbs and things like that. It also has a sawtooth edge for sawing down larger wood material. And it's got a pretty decent weight to it and a nice handle. So it should work out just fine. But for $12.95, you really can't beat this, especially since it also comes with a ferrocerium rod for starting fires and a nylon sheath to put it in. It's hard to go wrong with that. Next things we want to think about is cordage and shelter. So we went with a 50-foot hank of 550 paracord. No survival kit would be complete without some paracord. The next shelter item we put in our kit is this camping tarp from Outdoor Products. It's going to run just over $9, but it's going to give us an easy way to make a shelter and stay out of the elements. You could, of course, make your own shelter from limbs and things like that, but this fit in our budget, so why not go ahead and put it in the kit. Along those same lines, we added an emergency poncho from UST and emergency space blanket from Ozark Trail. The poncho is going to run you just $1 and the space blanket just over $2. So it's really a no-brainer to add something like this into the kit. Again, just to protect you from the elements, keep you warm and dry. That space blanket could also be used along with your shelter. So those two items are nice to have. Next thing that's going to be very important is some type of first aid kit. Now with a $100 budget, we couldn't go too crazy with a very extensive first aid kit, but at just under $5, this kit right here is nice. It has 85 items in it. It's going to come with your bandages, band-aids, antiseptic, a few different medicines and things like that. You never know when you could injure yourself, so having a good first aid kit is a must in a survival kit. Now, depending on your location, this may or may not be important to you, but I decided to put in this small bug repellent. I am in the southern part of the United States, so in the summer, the bugs can get really bad out there. Having something like that is going to be really important to keep those bugs off of you, keep you healthy, and as comfortable as possible. Now, of course, in a survival kit, you're going to need some kind of light. With a $100 budget, you're kind of limited on the quality of gear you can get, and since light is a little bit lower on the priority list, I decided to go with these budget options. This is the $1 Ozark Trail flashlight. It is 50 lumens, so it's not too bad, as well as the $1 headlamp, so you can have a hands-free light if you need that. Something else you might consider that is really cheap is just a pack of glow sticks. You can get these for under $1, and this will provide you with 8 hours of ambient light in a survival situation. The next few items we have here are not essential, but they are nice to have, and they're low cost enough that they did fit into our budget nicely. So I decided to put in a pack of all-purpose fishing hooks. You could use this in conjunction with some of the inner strands on your paracord to fish and get yourself some extra food. So that's nice to have, especially if it turns into a long-term situation. Next is a bandana. That's also going to run you under $1, so why not throw it in there? There are so many uses for a bandana, everything from protecting you from the sun or filtering water or making a tourniquet, and at under $1, it's a no-brainer to throw a bandana in your kit. Next is duct tape. There are a million different uses for duct tape. It's actually a pretty decent fire starter. You can also repair things with it. You can make cordage out of it. And at just $2, this Gorilla brand tape is really high quality, and it fit into our budget nicely. And last but not least, we put in some antibacterial wipes to help keep you clean. And no matter what the situation, you are still gonna have to take care of number 2. So having something like this is gonna be really nice to have so you don't end up wiping with leaves. All right, guys, now that's everything we got at Walmart for our $100 survival kit, but we're still not quite done yet because there are some bonus items that you can add into a kit like this that'll probably cost you nothing because you already have them around your house. First thing on that list is a couple extra pairs of socks. In a survival situation, your feet get wet, it can be very important to be able to change out your socks, keep your feet healthy, especially if you're on the move. Next thing that's going to go along with your fire kit is just some Vaseline soaked cotton balls. These things are amazing fire starters, so if you find yourself in wet conditions, you're having a hard time starting a fire, having something like these Vaseline soaked cotton balls is going to be really nice to have. The next bonus item you can add to your kit for almost no money is some trash bags. These are 42-gallon contractor trash bags. I got 3 of them in here. These can be used for shelter or ground cover or water catchment system, and you probably already have them laying around your house, so why not throw a few in your kit? And last but not least, a couple bottles of water. You probably already have a case of water sitting around in your house or in your refrigerator. Grab a couple bottles to throw in your kit. That'll give you a good amount of initial clean drinking water, and then when you're done, you can use these bottles along with your water filter to collect more water. All right, guys, now that's it for our $100 Walmart survival kit. Are these the best survival items out there? No. Is this going to sustain you for a very long period of time? Maybe not, but this is a great starting point. This is a great way to get into your first survival kit or bug out bag at an affordable price, and then you can always go back and upgrade later. So I hope this video helped you out, guys. Make sure you don't forget to use our links in the description below for all these items we talked about today. And if you want to help support the channel so we can do more videos like this, you can join us on Patreon or visit PilotPatriotApparel.com, as well as following our other YouTube channel, Patriot DIY. Let me know what you guys think about this kit in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe, and stay prepared.